I always thought Silent Blood was a fantastic card because picture if there was a blue, draw 2 cards, pay 2 life. I'd play that pretty hands down. What do you think?
I mean, if you're desperate, if you got to play something. Fortunately, we have nice cards like Sphinx's Revelation.
Right, that's true. That's true.
So Adam Prosak starting it off with a mountain. His deck, it is blue-red, but it's kind of a halfway between a combo deck and almost like a. Well, yeah, I guess it's like a combo deck and an aggro control sort of, but mostly it's kind of like a storm deck, really, right? Like
it feels like that, yeah, definitely. I mean, you play cards that are so cheap, and then you have cards like Gutter Snipe that just make them explosive. The Electromancer makes all his cards cost 1 less. One of your favorite cards of all time are in there, right? We got a Desperate Ravings, and Pat and I were talking earlier how that card has so much upside to it. Discarding a card at random, especially in a deck like this, isn't the worst thing in the world, especially once you get one of your Haymakers out. Like in this deck, the Haymakers are Young Pyromancer or Gutter Snipe. But once you do that, you don't care if you discard an instant here or there, you know? It has just so much upside.
So, getting his namesake, Young Pyromancer, into play.
And Andrew Shrout is also no casual player himself here. He's had some success here in the Open Series. He is playing, like we discussed, a junk control deck. He's got 2 black-white lands out right now. I don't know if he has a green source in his hand because the deck is primarily black, so he can cast pretty much everything besides Thragtusk without green here. All right, so we got some goblins here, some Krenko miniature here.
And it's interesting, Burn at the Stake lets all the token making going on in this deck turn into a real big source of damage.
Oh yeah, it's like the red overrun, as people have said, and Limited have had a lot of fun with that card. But in this deck, he's just trying to get as many guys he can get out and then just 15 them with it. So we got Desperate Ravings here. We're going to discard a random. Always exciting when doing a random. Definitely better than like a Tybalt, wouldn't you say? That guy never saw some play.
I don't know, Brad Nelson played an awful lot of Tybalt.
I remember Adam Prosak actually won the Invitationals, traded a Tybalt for a chocolate chip cookie, and he took a picture of it, put it on Twitter, and people cried in outrage of how the cookie trader got ripped off. So we'll see if Tybalt can make a resurgence this last month or so.
The tough thing is Tybalt being printed during an era when you have cards like Desperate Ravings.
That's true.
Such similar things.
That's true. Desperate Ravings, much better
Additionally,
than Tybalt.
Tybalt, that double red in the casting cost,
right.
a little tough.
These are all reasons why, you're right. I've seen Desperate Ravens played in older formats too. It's just a good card. So we have Gerald Spencer, he's passing. I think it's a clear sign for Adam Prosak to know I got a Restoration Angel. If he knows Standard, which I know he does, he's weekly column of F&M Hero. He knows that this deck he's playing against is no joke.
Yeah, and Andrew has all of his colors now.
Yep.
Because of the Cavern letting him cast his only green card that he plays main deck.
Yep. Cavern definitely a sweet card. It lets you, especially in these mid-range aggro decks, it just lets you splash so easily. It's a City of Brass essentially that just prevents control decks from stopping you. I know when that card was printed, a lot of us control mages were not the happiest in the world, but it turned out to be a lot less painful than I thought.
That's mostly just because all of the counterspells are real bad anyway.
Yeah.
Right? So.
Oh, I can't cancel it. Oh man, what am I going to do now? All right, so he plays Rest Angel, blinks, siphons 2 more life from Adam, draws. It looks like his hand's full of Messenger and another Resto Angel. Definitely more of a mid-rangey deck, like you said, than the zombie decks of old.
Now, it looks like Andrew's just stomping Prosak here.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got him dead next turn. Is there any chance Adam goes off? Like can Adam assemble 16 points of damage this turn?
I think so. I think with Burn at the Stake, you can do so much damage with this deck. Might not be enough because he does get to blink, or excuse me, put Restoration Angel and block 2 of the damage. So let's see, that would be, we'll see. Burn at the Stake here would be 3, 6, 9, 15.
He doesn't actually have a Burn at the Stake at the moment, right?
Yeah, and he already wasted the 1 mana he needs. He would have had to draw it right here to play his 5th land and then do it.
So if he augurs here, because if he augurs, he can battle him up the enough mana to Burn at the Stake.
Right. It looks like Andrew's just going to play Restoration Angel in turn, put him down to 5, and then 6 him in the air, unless there's something we're missing in his hand here.
And for those not familiar, Burn at the Stake lets him deal 3 damage with each of his creatures. And that's part of really what he's trying to do here, is make lots of tokens with Crinkle's Command or Young Pyromancer, and then using things like Battle Hymn, he can use Battle Hymn to make enough mana, and then finally things like Past in Flames to take advantage of all this mana, or just casting Burn at the Stake.
Right, I didn't see the Battle Hymn, so he actually does have enough mana if he hits it here. He also had, doesn't he have Faithless Looting in the yard? I think I might have flashed that back and... No, he wouldn't have the mana then, so he has exactly 5 left. So he's going for it, hoping it's one of these 2 cards that doesn't get discarded, and then he'll have the 5 to do it. So if he somehow manages to have that last card be a Burn at the Stake, that will be death here.
You already looked at it. You can't slow roll.
It's like, dead.
Yeah, we already know you don't got it.
Oh, is this a...
Is this a Faithless Looting? It's not going to help.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Faithless Looting. Let's see, look at his deck here.
He Desperate Ravings.
Okay, so he could hit another Battle Hymn here. Nope. It would have to be Battle Hymn and Burn at the Stake, and then he still wins. It just keeps getting smaller and smaller chance here. There's a Gutter Snipe and a blue card. It's not going to do it.
So I think we may have come to the end of the road for the Young Pyromancer. So we moved to game 2 after Andrew shows the Restoration Angel.
Alright, F&M Hero down a game. Adam Prosak's an awesome guy. If you ever talk to him,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's just real happy, loves the game.
It's also just a fantastic deck builder. Like this blue-red Pyromancer deck of his is just one of many decks that he's built where it's like, oh, is there a stagnant format? Is this an existing metagame? Whatever. And then he comes at it from a different angle, you know?
Right.
And it hasn't just been standard. I mean, he's well known for his success in high-powered formats as well, where a lot of people are like, oh, this metagame's been figured out for years, and then Prosak shows up and hits it from a completely new angle, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like you said, the older formats he's done well, and he's... I don't want to say he has all the credit for it, but a big reason why Storm is played so much in Legacy now is because he came out with it again, easily top 8 at Invitational, and then, I mean, it was unfortunately lost in the first round, but even after that, he won a Legacy Open with it. He's a Storm mastermind, and decks like that...
The fact that he's playing Storm today,
yeah.
I think it is pretty clear the man's got an affinity for the Storm count.
He does. Can we play Passive Flames in these decks, or is that
He already
possible?
is.
Oh, is he? I didn't see it. Oh.
Sicko. He's got rituals. He's got Passive Flames. Dude, even before you have asked, Prosak has delivered.
I don't know what to say. He is Storm. Hopefully he wins one of these invitationals and gets to create a token. Is there a Storm token, a creature that will come off a Storm? I guess he would be a young...
Empty the Warren's
Goblin token, or a Young Pyromancer Elemental.
Yes.
We need him to have one of these. No, he's I fully have faith in Adam as a deck builder, and it shows just in these stale formats. It's fun to see these decks come out here.
Yeah. Plus, I don't think it's completely fair to call the standard format stale. Like a lot of the problems have been solved for a while, but there's still, you know, a fair bit of diversity. There's a variety of different things people are trying to do, and there's a certain amount of just wanting to buck the establishment where people just refuse to give in to the red-green metagame that we can all blame Kibler for.
Yep, it's easier to blame him. I've seen the T-shirts. I'm not gonna buy one though, but you know, it's something that everyone likes. I'm guilty of it also. People like to say the word stale, and usually around this time, the summertime, when rotation's around, people like you and I, we want new, fresh meat. You know, we want to come into this with a fresh control deck, crush the metagame. And right now, I'm not going to brag or anything, but the last invitational, I had a 0% win percentage in standard.
Sure.
I don't want to brag, but I hope with a fresh start, maybe I'll be able to Sphinx Revelation for a few more wins than that.
Dude, I remember a few years ago, somebody's car got broken into. All their Magic cards got stolen, their boxes of Magic cards and everything. And it was this, the thing that was so messed up about it is the person left a Blame Kibler t-shirt in the back of their car. Seriously, this is a true story.
That's not funny, I'm sorry.
No, I mean, it's obviously it's sad and all that, but it's also like, you got to be careful. That whole, like, being known for being blamed for things.
Yeah, we can't blame him for everything.
Yeah. Well, he didn't actually get the blame in that one, and it certainly wasn't his fault. But
I remember I played.
Who breaks into a car and leaves a T-shirt?
I don't know. It seems very movie-esque. Little note here, little trading mark.
So Adam Prosak attempting to become the Jay-Z of Magic with the fake-out retirement.
Yep, here we go.
In order for his latest album to sell well.
It wouldn't be the first. I think a lot of times Magic conflicts with real life responsibility, but you know, we make it work. And I think Adam might take a little break, but he'll be back.
Yeah, Magic sometimes is like anything else that people love. Sometimes they'll be doing it a whole bunch, and then they're like, oh, I want some balance in my life, I want to do something different, so they, pull back more than they normally would.
Right. That's the truth. All right, Andrew and Adam.
So dual ends out of each, Steam Vents versus Godless Shrine.
Do we have our young Pyromancer? We have a Goblin Electromancer here. Very cool card in this deck. I mean, it makes everything so cheap, because everything already costs 2 anyway. So now it's down to 1 for the majority of his cards. Obviously much better with Passive Flames too. And immediately Doombladed.
Not before telegraphing the Deadweight.
Yes. Deadweight is a fun card in the sideboard here. And I think Gutter Snipe will feel the wrath of it. Problem with a weakness in Adam's deck is the creatures are pretty fragile, being 2 power or 2 toughness or 1 toughness. So decks like Andrew's that have Deadweight or Tragic Slips cards like those pretty much can clear Adam's board at will. So Sign in Blood, again, I really like cards like that. I like playing Knight's Whisper back in the day when I was playing Black Control. And they're both playing 2 mana, draw 2 cards here. Alright, random. Random can hurt, but you know.
I started burning the stake.
Burn the Stake is gone. And I think he has 3 in his deck, so 2 left. And of
plus
course,
the Passive Flames, of course.
Right, plus, yeah, of course. So Passive Flames lets him rebuy. Ooh, big old demon.
Now Prosak's deck is above average at being able to deal with a Desecration Demon, though.
True, yeah. I mean,
in terms of just tapping it over and over again.
Yeah, I think actually, would you board that card out in this matchup, the Desecration Demon?
I'm not sure. Like, if you have enough ways to kill, if you have enough ways to kill your opponent's creatures, whether the Pyromancers or the Krenko's Command, and maybe he thinks he can just power through it,
That's true, yeah. And also,
it's a big body.
Yeah, looking at Andrew's deck, he has 3 Golgari Charm on the board. That's got to be great against this deck.
It's going to be amazing.
Be able to clear the board at will. He's got Blood Baron, not very so great against this deck. Duress, pretty good. So we're going to probably see Deadweight's, Duress, Golgari Charm coming in from Andrew's side.
So there we see Passive Flames discarded to the Desperate Ravings. Showing the strength where it really is, drawing you extra cards now, because now he just has that Yawgmoth's Will sitting in his graveyard.
Oh yeah. And Adam Prosak rubbed his hands together, pretty excited. It's pretty fun to discard flashback cards, I think. And it looks like we're going to do combat, giving Adam the option to sack Augur Bolus, but he's not going to. Take it to 6. And we saw Andrew's deck being able to dish out a pretty absurd amount of damage in a short period of time. I mean, it was 2 attack sets basically before he's at lethal damage there. So
yeah, Andrew's deck definitely hits pretty hard.
There goes another burn at the stake. So we're down to 1 in the yard and 1 in the deck.
Yeah, I think Andrew has got quite the appetite.
He does. He's very hungry.
Yeah, mostly for brains.
Oh, the art on that card is pretty gruesome.
I mean, the name is Appetite for Brains.
Magic, remember?
What are they going to put? How do you draw somebody who has an appetite for brains without it being gruesome?
Well, how
you
about
just have like a picture of Sir Anthony Hopkins?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, there you go. Or maybe a cartoony like one. Remember when we had Dark Rituals with pentagrams? They were forced to take those off? Or not Dark Rituals,
I was going to say, I don't remember the Dark Ritual pentagrams. I think that was the privacy of your own home.
No. Well, you're saying what I'm doing at home? No, we don't do that.
Yeah.
Unholy Strength, excuse me. Unholy Strength. But
at least when they eventually redid it without the pentagram.
They did.
The one that would just had the blank background was weird.
That was weird.
I'm in an empty room.
But the soccer moms across the United States were happy. Their children were not having Dark Rituals at home, nor were they having pentagrams at home.
Meanwhile, fast forward to today, where the next set coming out is about how much devotion to black magic you have so that you can harness a demon that requires you to sacrifice things to it.
PG-13, my friend. PG-13.
Yeah, no, because if you get enough if you have enough devotion to black magic, then you can awaken one of the black pagan gods.
There we go, and that's okay as long as not in a pentagram. Young Pyromancer from Adam Prosak joining Augur Bolus on the board, and we have some Goblin tokens joining the force here.
So what do you think about Pentagram of the Ages? Is that good in Legacy?
I think it's good. I think it's good. Should we build a deck like this? Is this going to be a new thing? Kind of a Dark Favor deck? Dark Favor, another one. M14, pretty good. All right, Andrew's untapping.
At this point, what does Adam need in order to quote-unquote go off?
He's going to need a lot of mana. And obviously he has a card in Battle Hymn that produces that mana, because once you cast a Battle Hymn, you're able to flashback Past in Flames and being able to Battle Hymn a couple more times, and then you're producing, not infinite, but a pretty large, substantial amount of mana.
He would have won next turn if he would have been able to untap, right?
Right.
If he Past in Flames, if he Battle Hymns and then cast Past in Flames, he can Battle Him again and have more than enough mana and tokens to burn in the stake Andrew right out.
Yes. And even with that Thrag Tusk, it's meaningless because he actually, with another Battle Hymn that's 2 in the yard, that would be, that's just enough mana to do everything he wants to do.
But at this point, he's going to need to get up to 7 mana in order to cast Past in Flames and then Battle Him again.
Right.
Actually, 6 mana, right?
4, 5, 6 mana. Because he has the tokens. He has enough token power to make the Battle Hymn cover the other 2, the one he's going to cast originally, and then the other one in the yard. All right, so Adam he discarded a Young Pyromancer at random. Looks like he has a land in his hand, another Krinkos command.
So now Adam should be able to go off next turn if he's not disrupted further, right?
Yes. Let's see. Yeah, because I think he's holding a Desperate Ravings. He discards the
Krankos command and Thought Scour.
Yeah, so he kept the command. Alright, so Andrews really doesn't have much disruption at this point, besides he used the 1 Duress in his deck, and that's all he has. He has 2 more, excuse me, so he has 3 Duress.
It looks like he might actually just draw a Duress this turn.
Oh yeah, so he goes to 3 Duress. So Duress is a good way to stop Adam.
But the problem is that he's got Adam's going to Past in Flames next turn, then cast Battle Him.
Right, it costs 5 to flashback Past in Flames, right? So he's going to need to draw 1 land to do it. So as long as Adam, and now he's down to 4 creatures too. So a Battle Hymn will net him 4 mana. Don't think it's enough. I think he needed that creature.
If he draws a land next turn, because there's 2 Battle Hymns in his graveyard, right?
Is there 2? I think there's 2.
Yeah, who can tell with the size of these guys' graveyards?
Yeah, Adam's not.
Is that a Battle Hymn?
I think that's a Battle Hymn.
Uh-oh.
things are getting real exciting.
Do we have one of those bells? Dude, that's got to be the new thing. If we can get a bell.
I think those at home will be excited to hear how excited we are by dinging the bell.
Absolutely. No. Shout out to the community team for the Community Cup. Absolutely thrashing the Wizards of the Coast victims. Team.
Yeah. I think, I wouldn't have put my money on the Wizards of the Coast team. Not to say that they're...
Whoa!
That's not too...
Desperate Ravings, what is going on?
Maybe...
Don't you just Battle Him?
Yeah, maybe he doesn't have the Battle Hymn.
Wait, that card is Battle Him.
You're right, it is. Well, it's because he Battle Hymns for 3, and then he casts Past in Flames, so he'll have 7 mana total. He can use 2 more to Battle Him again. Maybe it's not enough. Because him being at 21,
so
he needs more. Yeah, he doesn't have enough creatures.
Well, he's got enough now.
Yeah. Adam can survive 1 more turn. So
survive, kill him. Let's do this. So that's 4.
Yep.
Wait, does he only have 1 Battle Hymn in his yard?
He should have 2, because he definitely drew 1 that turn. I know he had 1 earlier. I think it's because Andrew being at 21, he needs to put all these goblins out and these tokens in order to do it next turn. Because remember, he don't actually needed a lot of mana next turn. He really just needs 1 Battle Hymn, the Past in Flames.
No, I don't want this game to go another turn. I say we do this now.
You want to do it now?
Let's do this. See?
You're right.
See?
Yeah, you did have
yeah. My man. What I'm talking about.
Overrun.
Burn him. Burn him at the stake.
I want to block though. You can't block that.
Yes.
It's right to the dome.
So for those of you who just missed it, in that flurry of storm action, Adam casts Desperate Ravings, because Mize, and then Battle Hymns, plays a Goblin Electromancer to help fuel his engine. Battle Hymns netting 4 mana. Plays multiple Krenko commands out of his graveyard so that his next Battle Hymn would be as much mana as possible.
Right.
And then once he has 8 creatures in play, is able to cast Burn at the Stake and deal 24 points of damage to Andrew directly.
Yeah.
An impressive flurry of action from people who, honestly, how can you look at this match and say that this format is all about red-green?
Right.
Clearly it is not 100% about Jund and red-green.
Is anything in life 100%? I think not.
Yes.
I think
yes.
Gravity is 100%?
No, but 3 is 100% of 3.
It is.
Yes.
It is, you're right.
Yeah, there are some things that can be known.
Right.
This format, however, no. No, sir.
This is not
if Adam Prosak has anything to say about it.
And that's why he is a hero, right? That's why when people play F&M, when people play Magic, they look to Adam Prosak for answers.
Yeah, because I got to tell you, if I'm going to F&M, I think there's nothing I want more than the room to be full of people playing Storm.
Yeah.
You know? Adam's doing God's work. That's like I know you guys wanted to play with creatures and blocking and removal. No. We need rituals. We're going to need Yawgmoth's Will.
Right.
We're going to need blue cantrips.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yes.
He is a true hero.
Yes. You know, I think I'd rather play against that than the old turn 1 Arbor Elf, turn 2 Dama Red, Flint Hoof Boar deck. What do you think?
I don't know. I like playing against that deck.
Do you?
Yeah. I mean, first of all, obviously they don't always have the nut draw, right?
Oh, they do.
But
they do.
Okay, well,
it's like 3 out of 3.
Your mileage may vary, but some of us are lucky.
I
see. The thing is, though, like playing against the enemy you know, you can just beat up on them. You know, like
that's true. It's funny. I remember in a time long ago when Planeswalkers
in a world
much more friendlier than ours.
Much more friendly.
When the aggro players didn't have a 3-mana Planeswalker to play that just beat you if it goes unchecked, I remember winning a lot more.
Dude, you got to adapt.
Can you adapt? Really?
Yes.
Can you?
Yes.
Have you ever had that ultimate go off against you? It's just not. It's not.
Tell me you won. Tell me you won against that Montreal,
ultimate.
My opponent played a turn 2 Domri Rod, and he ultimated it. And then he played another Domri Rod.
And got that one too, right?
Well, no, it doesn't do anything. So he's just got the Domri Rod up to like 11.
Right.
I beat a Domri Rod that was activated like 16 times with Esper.
I might need video evidence for this one.
No, I won the match too. It was unbelievable.
All right. If 100% is 3 out of 3, give me a percentage of that one. That's definitely the lowest.
It wasn't the most probable match I've ever played.
Right.
But no, like if you're sphinxing hard, I mean, I was Sphinx's Revelationing for tons, and like you can do a certain amount of sweep the board and stall things, and
that's true. You can. That's true. I have never been that fortunate. That feeling alone might be enough to bring anyone out of retirement. If Adam Prosak defeats a Domri at Ultimate and a Domri at 11, I think we can bring him back from the depths here. So Andrew, looking to be a little more duressing this game. Looking to rip that hand apart and
so duress is okay, but the problem with duress is that most of Adam's key cards, Desperate Ravings and Faithless Looting and Past in Flames, all have flashback.
That's true.
So the duress can slow him down, but what Andrew really needs to do is put him on a nice quick clock, like he did in Game 1.
Right.
Because Adam's deck can go off out of nowhere. It is not the fastest Storm combo deck that I've ever seen.
Absolutely. And I think also Andrew started off pretty well last game, being able to Doomblade and then Deadweight the creatures, because Adam really needs those key creatures to stay in play.
Absolutely right.
Augur Bolus he has 4 of. Who cares about that one? But the other ones, he only has 12 creatures.
11.
11, excuse me. Yeah, so he's playing only 3 Gutter Signs. So 4-4-3, that he needs them to stick badly. And Gutter Snipe, actually, I don't think that's going to do it for Adam. I think he really needs the Electromancer, as we saw last game, to be able to produce enough mana to go off in the graveyard, or at least Young Pyromancer to put a lot of tokens in play in order to burn him at the stake.
Yeah, he really needs one of those 11 creatures to live.
Yeah.
And obviously, he would really like 2 in order to go off faster, but if he can't keep at least 1 in play, he can't really go off.
No, he's going to be desperately raving, faithlessly looting, while Andrew builds his board up here. So Adam's seeing a Sign in Blood here.
And the key to those 11 creatures is that each one makes all of Adam's other spells better. Young Pyromancer effectively makes every spell have, a bonus kicker of an extra 1/1 token.
Right.
Which is already half of the Krenko's command that he plays.
Exactly.
And then Goblin Electromancer, it's like every card's a ritual because every card costs 1 less. And then Gutter Snipe, it's like every card is direct damage.
Yeah. Definitely the synergy's there. It is really cool to see. Is it just me, or does that swamp bother you a little bit on Andrew's side?
It doesn't bother me. I mean, I wouldn't play with it.
Yeah.
I don't rock White Border Land, but at least if he's going to play White Border Land, he picks something classy.
Yeah, it's
with
classy.
the full mana symbol and
He's
like
staying
nice
classy.
artwork.
He's staying classy.
Yeah. Like it could be worse. Like he could be showing up with like a really dirty, beat up, played 4th edition basic swamp.
I agree with that.
Oh my god, 5th edition basic swamp I think might be the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we get a rolling on that?
Worst
What?
possible swamp?
If you're at home, tweet at us at SCG Live. Let us know what's worse: a white bordered 4th edition beat up basic swamp, or a 5th edition beat up white bordered basic swamp.
Yeah, we're talking
You
real
be the
beat, like
judge.
with the hand gunk on it from the sweating and stuff.
Yeah, like I haven't used sleeves since it was printed in 1996.
Or you've been using those. Remember those Kmart sleeves, the real loose plastic ones? Those are real nice. One of those.
Yeah.
Well-
Those, I think you need a double bag if you use it. So
Can we say that?
Andrew, Sign in Bloods. This time, what's he even looking for? He needs a creature or
A
two,
creature,
right?
yeah. I think Andrew needs creatures to win here. But drawing cards is fun.
Does he have 2 Golgari Charms in his hand?
I think so.
Oh, wow.
I see-
That's like literally the best card in his deck in this matchup, right?
Right, yeah. Last game, a Golgari Charm probably would have done Adam in. I see, and the important thing about Andrew is kind of like a Wrath of God. You really need to time it perfectly.
Instant speed.
Instant speed
For
Wrath.
2 mana.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Uncounterable. Because he's not playing any permission.
Correct. That does make it uncounterable. Alright, we get a Battle Hymn discarded at random. Adam's like, whatever, man. I got my graveyard. I got my Passive Flames. I don't need that right now.
Somebody needs to give Adam the Deck Builder of the Week award. This deck is a nice one.
It is.
This is like a nice mix of some good cards and some cards that were fun to think about, but not a lot of people really use that much.
Yeah, I remember old incarnations of Burn at the Stake, but it was definitely less. This feels so combo-y and well put together. Remember the old Burn at the Stake? I don't know, it wasn't really that competitive, but it actually played Krenko himself, and it was just trying to do it the hard way.
The Mob Boss?
The mob boss.
Yeah.
The boss. And
Yeah,
now,
I worked for him once. I know that guy. He's not actually that good of a Magic card.
Oh, I see. Did you leave with a broken leg or two, or we good?
No. He did. He would always just get Searing Speared.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So we've got 2 tokens delivering the mediocre beats.
Yep. We like to call this the clock on Adam's side.
Do you think Adam just stone reads Andrew and is like, you know what? He's got a Golgari Charm. I'm not gonna go off. I'm just gonna incremental do some damage, get him low enough so I can just drop a Gutter Snipe and flurry him out.
That
Just like that, like brrr.
just like I don't know if that's the sound Adam will make. I hope he does, but
Absolutely. Can we mic them up if
Yeah.
Adam gives the bird call here?
hopefully that's not unsportsmanlike. I think it's funny.
Yeah, I don't think it's unsportsmanlike.
All right, good. Well, Adam, even if he sees that coming, I think his hand is a bunch of land and Passive Flames. I think his hand's pretty not good.
Dude, I don't know. Passive Flames is kind of sick. He's got 6 land in play, and one of these cards he's getting to choose from is a Thought Scour.
Yeah.
Plus, he's got more land in his hand. I'm seeing a Passive Flames for value. You cast one out of your hand, draw a few extra cards, then later when you're ready to kick, you're like, can I kick it? Yes, I can. You Passive Flames out of the graveyard, battle him, and just go off.
I agree. And
Assuming that, you don't have to worry about Golgari Charm.
I agree, especially because Andrew's pressure is zilch right now, and he passes 4 mana open. So Adam's attacking. Obviously, there's a Resto Angel here.
So this is Restoration. So this is Andrew checking, can I respond to Burn in the Stake with Golgari Charm? No, I can't.
Right.
I can respond, but it won't stop the Burn in the Stake from doing 9.
Exactly. Yeah, Burn in the Stake's an interesting card. There aren't really many like it. And I think Adam's deck, the way it utilizes it, is that Andrew's afraid, like last game, where you feel like you have the game in your head, and then no, you're dead.
Yeah, here I think he didn't realize he was thinking he can just hold Golgari Charm as a trump. Now he realizes I'm gonna have to kill these creatures.
Yeah,
I shouldn't have let them live this long.
Exactly. All right, so Andrew's down to 4 life. So Adam doesn't really even need Burn the Stake here. He can actually just play Gutter Snipe and just play a couple spells.
2 spells, absolutely. And honestly, Adam's not that far from just being able to Past in Flames for the kill, because all he needs to do is Past in Flames, Krenko's Command, and still have enough mana to be able to burn at the stake for 6.
Right.
Now,
do you think maybe Andrew might have been playing a little too carefully at this point?
Absolutely. I think that it didn't. I think he like, obviously. I mean, who in the world, besides people at Adam's Effingham, who in the world has ever played against this? You know. So I don't think he was. I think he was thinking that the Golgari Charm was just going to be a trump in his hand.
Right. And now I think Andrew has put the piece of the puzzle together. I think he realized that he could just die at any time.
Yeah, he's gonna have to move a little quicker on this one.
So he does have the Resto Angel, so he's going to be able to put a clock on there, but Adam's at 20.
Yeah,
so
and I think he actually was supposed to lead with the Druff's Messenger.
Yeah.
So, and next turn Restoration Angel. It just does a little bit more damage, and it lets him hold up his mana next turn.
I agree. I think Andrew's just petrified of what's about to happen. I think Adam actually has him dead with that Pass in Flames, if he has, because I know he has 1 Battle Hymn in there, and he does have a Krenko's Command, so if he has the mana, that's it.
So it'll take 4 to cast Pass in Flames from his hand, 2 to cast Krenko's Command out of the yard, but he still doesn't get ahead with Battle Hymn unless he gets 1 more creature.
Yes. The reason last game he got ahead is because the Electromancer, and he had enough mana to do it, and here he's not going to have enough. But he's just going to be able to play, looks like, I think he's going to be playing Pass in Flames.
Yeah, so here's a little Pass in Flames for value.
So probably going to be Thought Scouring here, and then Krenko's Commanding here.
Starts
or Faithless Looting, one of the 2. Probably Thought Scour here.
Yep.
Okay, so Andrew will then play Resto here, or he's going to play Golgari Charm. Probably Golgari Charm here. Nope, Resto.
No, because he can Golgari Charm on his own turn and cast Druff's Messenger.
Right, yeah. And here's the Nighthawk, the way to creep up in life if all goes well.
I don't know if we got that kind of time.
Yeah, I don't think we do.
I'm seeing Golgari Charm, sweep the board, drop a Messenger, attack with the Angel, cross your fingers, let it ride.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best this black deck can hope for, you know? His hands are tied.
All right, it says Vampire Nighthawk.
He's going to try it. Oh, he said go. So Adam just plays...
This is aggressive.
I guess he can respond to the Pass in Flames.
He can respond to the Pass in Flames.
I think Adam's playing Young Pyromancer first, which I don't think I would do because he's going to respond and then Charm here. I think Adam just casts Pass in Flames. If Andrew does nothing, he's dead. Oh wait, he is 1 short of, so he would have to use Battle Hymn too. So he can actually respond to the Battle Hymn also. Alright, Adam's going to just clutter the board here. Adam, of course, doesn't know that he has Golgari Charm number 2, which we do know. So Adam could be playing a very careful route here.
Oh no, this is going to be devastating. I'm just going to Battle Hymn and get blown out by Golgari Charm.
Right. And yep, that's what's going to happen here. Andrew, of course, will respond here.
Yeah, Andrew feeling like, yes, okay, I've got this figured out. Let's do this.
Yes, all right. So this is devastating kind of in 2 ways, because Andrew is now going to get a 6th life. So Adam's going to have to get more creatures out to do this Burn at the Stake win. And every turn it takes longer, Adam will be, again, a little farther behind.
Yeah, I don't think the extra life gain is going to matter too much. All it does, like, if he hits twice, it shuts off Gutter Snipe from some free wins.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I think that when Adam goes off, he'll probably be able to do enough damage, regardless of what Andrew's life total is.
I agree, and luckily Adam discarded the land at random, not the Krenko's Command, so now he actually has 2 free goblins in play. So next turn, when he does do this Pass in Flames flashback, he's going to be able to net mana, I think, from those Battle Hymns. Because he'll be able to cast Pass in Flames for 5, having 4 mana. I think he has 5 more lands. I think he has 10 lands, or 9 irrelevant, same amount of mana. 5 of it to do the Pass in Flames, 4 left, you can go Krenko's Command, battle him, get 4 mana, battle him, burn at the stake.
Yep.
So
if Andrew doesn't have a form of disruption, he's dead on board.
right. I think he has a Tragic Slip. I don't know.
The Tragic Slip helps.
Yes, it does help. I think it's still death with a Tragic Slip. I think it'll instead
So
of
if he
negating-
Tragic Slips, if he's got 10 land, Passive Flames takes him to 5, the Krenko's Command takes him to 3, Battle Him takes him to 4, Battle Him again takes him to 5, and he has exactly enough for Bird of the Stake. You're right.
Okay, so yeah.
He needs more.
Yeah.
Nope.
So, Adam has 9 lands, so maybe the 10th.
Oh,
Is he
okay,
one
so
short?
Adam does need 1 land. If Adam draws a 10th land,
I think this is lethal here.
yeah, because he's 1 mana short if he only has 9.
Yeah, it's 5 for the Passive Flames. Krenko's Command gives him 3 tokens. Then he gets to battle him for 3. Battle him, going down to 1 mana, then back up to 4 mana. Yep, that's 1 short.
But he can make progress.
Yes.
So we got Krenko's Command.
Maybe we miscounted by 1. We'll see. Maybe he has another battle him. Maybe there's 3 in there.
Battle
There's 3 in
Hymns.
there. If there's 3 in there, Adam wins. Oh,
Oh, he drew the land. Exactly
land.
enough. Yep. Now he's just Krenko's commanding for value. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Andrew sees the writing on the wall. Adam Prosak draws the 10th land, which lets him go off. Storm comboing out Andrew
Yeah.
Shrout and his zombie junk control deck. An impressive win from Adam Prosak.
It's funny because when we see combo decks in Standard, we have a different feeling for them. Most people do that I've interacted with.
How do we
see-
feel?
We feel good because you're missing a whole chunk of the competitive wheel in Standard most of the time. A lot of time in Standard, there's a void for combo, and Adam is playing a deck where it creates a new problem for deck builders everywhere, and you want to be able to have game against everything. So like in
Are they
Legacy,
trading right now?
Yeah, maybe they're trading decks.
No, like
Oh,
that's a trade binder?
All right, Adam, being the gentleman he is, will win and then give Andrew a good trade on some cards. Maybe he's trading him the rares he needs.
I was
for
trying to
Adam's
figure out,
deck.
is this a trade binder or is this just, here, could you sign one of the cards in my binder?
One
I
or
don't
the
know.
other.
Might also,
We have no idea. Well, something is happening. I'm sure Adam's being a soldier and a knight here, either signing cards or giving him a good deal for an opponent he's just slaying here with a pretty sweet combo deck. But don't you think the combo decks in Legacy are much more of a menace or older formats?
I mean, combo decks, it's like, it's one of those things, when it's a fringe deck, when it's a surprise deck, when it's not very, when it's a small part of the metagame, it's everybody's hero. If you're one of the, 7 guys in the room playing Dragonstorm,